afternoon. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us at today's commencement exercises. So I would ask that you please rise and join me in welcoming the graduates of the class of 2018.
Please remain. Oh, this microphone. Hello? Still not working. Hello? I don't know. Hello? Okay. Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing while Thomas Harding, Zach Dufresne, and Laura Levasseur join the band for the playing of our national anthem. Audience members may now be seated.
Good afternoon. My name is Samantha Rochatelli, and as president of the class of 2019, I would like to welcome you to the commencement exercises for the North Brookfield High School class of 2018. Christina Ayat, the junior class vice president, and I will serve as your host for today's exercises. During today's ceremony, we will hear from some honored guests as well as from several graduates. Our first speaker, Tabitha Earls, is the president of the class of 2018, as well as the class valedictorian. Traditionally, both the class president and the valedictorian offer remarks at graduation. Tabitha has chosen to give only one speech, so please join me in welcoming the president of the class of 2018 and the #1 ranked student, Miss Tabitha Earls.
Hello, family, friends, administration, teachers, staff, and the class of 2018. Thank you for coming. It's an honor to be able to speak today. Firstly, I'd like to start off by thanking the administration, teachers, and staff who have brought us to the place we are today. You've helped us to grow up and become more aware of the world around us. Your impact will be lasting. And then again, thank you to family for supporting us and loving us through the years, even when we might have been pretty unlovable. You've done an excellent job of raising the people standing before you on stage, especially my mom and dad. Good job. Success is a popular word at graduation ceremonies and other occasions like this, in speeches and in well wishes from family members. But what is success, and what does it look like in real life? Is it an annual salary, fame, what neighborhood we live in, how skilled we are at a certain profession, how high our position is in a certain company? What success is defined as in the real world is vague. So what I think an important facet of success should really be is happiness and meaning. Real happiness, not the immediate gratification of drugs, material possessions, social media, etc., etc., but a deeper, harder-earned undercurrent of contentment rooted in a strong appreciation and wonder of the world and the people around us. When times become hard and happiness is harder to find, having meaning, a reason for existence, whether it be children or making the world a better place, drives us forward. Meaning and happiness are difficult to superficially measure, which is why they may not be immediately associated with success. However, they're what you should prioritize throughout the rest of your lives. Class of 2018, I want you to go out into the world happy and hopeful, ready to find your meaning. If you happen to make a lot of money or have a nice house along the way, great, but don't lose sight of what's truly important. So I know that being happy is easier said than done, and that it's not merely a matter of thinking positively. There's so many different parts to it, materially, physically, psychologically, but happiness is possible and it is in reach. So here's some advice. It doesn't cover everything, as there are so many factors and life is really complicated and can't be solved in 1 or even 4 graduation speeches. But it's the best of what I've learned from my simultaneously long and short 18 years. Firstly, be kind. Respect everyone no matter what. Be the sunshine in other people's life, especially to those who need it. One small act of generosity can make an incredible impact on another person. So give out the generous, kind acts without prejudice or restraint. As William Wordsworth once wrote, "The best portion of a good man's life is little, nameless, unremembered acts of kindness and love." Bringing joy to other people has its own lasting satisfaction, but you'll also find that when you're kind to others, others will begin reciprocating your own love and kindness. Next, develop a sense of empathy. There will be, without a doubt, people in your future who you really dislike, people who you think are irritating or contemptible. What's important to understand is that every individual is on their own path, trying to do what's best for them. Conflicts start when other people bump into each other while following their own paths, not because other people are out to get you. It sounds cliche and middle schoolish, but put yourself in another person's shoes before making judgments or becoming angry at them. Try to imagine the struggles that they might be dealing with. Having a sense of empathy dissipates anger by turning arguments into discussions, and in general, it brings you closer to others around you. Thirdly, have goals and work hard to achieve them. Goals are what move us through the different stages of life and aid us in self-improvement. Having goals gives opportunities for little victories and celebrations when we achieve them. Sprinkled throughout your time, they break up the monotony of life and help us to get things done. The harder we work, the more satisfying achieving a goal is. As a culture, I think we have a problem with the abuse of momentary pleasure, like the ding of getting your post like, eating candy, or buying clothes. All temporary and short-term, things that didn't have to be strived for. But delayed gratification, the feeling of having been successful after putting an immense amount of effort and strife, is blissful. It's what we'll be feeling in just a short amount of time when we receive our diplomas. Class of 2018, work hard to achieve hefty goals that make you proud of yourself, and draw from that confidence and pride in the time after. In the process, you'll make yourself a better person too. Lastly, embrace who you are. To quote a classic vine, accept yourself, love yourself, accept yourself. The most important relationship you'll ever have is the one you have with yourself, because it's the only one you get. This is the only chance you get, this existence right here. When you walk into a room full of people you don't know, be unashamedly you. Express your personality, your thoughts, your desires. Sometimes it's okay to let the world bend around you. And if you make a mistake or mess up, or do something really embarrassing, take a moment to laugh at yourself. Don't take life too seriously. And then allow yourself to grow and change. Class of 2018, you've worked incredibly hard to reach this point. Don't let it go to waste. I know the world that we're going into is a little crazy right now, and like half of our cities might be underwater next year, but I assure you that everything will turn out okay. Remember to measure the quality of your life in things other than money and position. Class of 2018, I'm so excited to see where you go, but more importantly, I'm excited to see the people that you'll turn out to be. We might not all become great people, but we all have the ability to be good people. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Tabitha. Our next speaker will be the fourth-ranked student in the class of 2018, Constantina Capricornides.
Good afternoon, friends, family, faculty, and fellow graduates. It is an honor to be here and to be able to speak to you all today. As we are gathered here today to celebrate many years of learning, we are surrounded by the people that inspired us every day. So right now, on behalf of the graduating class of 2018, I would like to take the time to thank everyone that helped us get to where we are today. First of all, thank you to all the teachers. None of us would be here without you or your help. Without you always pushing us to do our best or to try our hardest, or you always encouraging us to keep up the good work, or even taking time out of your own busy schedules to stay after school for extra help. Thank you to all our families for everything you have done for us over the years. Without your love and support, none of us would be here today. And now to my fellow graduates, as this chapter of our lives comes to an end, I want to wish each and every one of you success in the next one. Good luck wherever you all end up, wherever your path leads, whether it's to college, the military, the workforce, and so on. I know you will all do great. It has been an amazing journey the past 12 or so years we have spent together, and one we will always remember. We've all worked hard for this, and now it's finally here. You should all be very proud of yourselves. From this day forward, let us believe in ourselves so that we may reach our goals and fulfill our dreams. Congratulations, my fellow graduates of the class of 2018. We made it. May God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Constantina. Our next speaker is the third-ranked student from the graduating class 2018. Please welcome to the podium Constantina's sister, Evstathia Capricornides.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the graduating class of 2018, I want to say thank you to everyone for being here today to celebrate this special day with us. Today, we are gathered here to celebrate our success. We have all worked really hard and put in a lot of effort to get to where we are today. And we have overcome all of the challenges brought upon us these past couple years. But we couldn't have done this without our families and teachers who kept encouraging us to keep up the good work. So, before we close this chapter of our lives and begin the next one, it is important to thank all the people that have been there for us along the way and through it all, because we probably couldn't have gotten to where we are today without them. They taught us to be better people and made sure we made it to this day, and many of them are here with us right now. So to all our parents and families, thank you for your love and support throughout the years and everything you have done and continue to do for us. To Principal Evans, the teachers, and the rest of the staff at North Brookfield High School, thank you for teaching us and for helping us with anything we might have needed through the years. Lastly, I want to congratulate all my classmates for everything they have accomplished so far in their lives and wish them the best of luck with everything they're going to do in their future, whatever that might be. Good luck to all of you. I know you're all going to do great. The future is not something that just happens to us. It is up to us to create it. So, class of 2018, I urge you to go out into the world and follow your dreams. I'll end this speech with a quote from Walt Disney which says, "All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them." Thank you.
Our next student speaker is the North Brookfield High School class of 2018 salutatorian. Please join me in welcoming the number 2 ranked student, Miss Emma Schultz.
Good afternoon, fellow graduates, parents, friends, and everyone else that helped all of us along the way. It's been a long 13-year journey, and all of a sudden it's come to an end. I just want to take this opportunity to say that I'm so proud of all of you guys and all of your accomplishments thus far. You've made it to this point, and you're all going to do amazing things. So with that said, in typical Emma fashion, of course I decided to make my speech about something Disney, which I'm sure surprises none of you. One of my favorite Disney movies of all time is Tangled. In the movie, Rapunzel's dream is to escape the walls of her tower she's been stuck in for 18 years and see up close the floating lanterns that she had always watched from a distance. With help from Flynn Rider, she decides to leave the tower and her dream is finally within reach. But what next? When she's moments away from her dream coming true, she realizes that there's a possibility that it wouldn't be all she was expecting. She also becomes worried about the prospect of having to find a new dream. In a sense, all of us up on this stage are like Rapunzel. It's been our dream to escape the walls of the school, much like Rapunzel in her tower. We've been held captive by Mother Gothel, aka Mr. Evans. Just kidding, Mr. Evans. We love you. And today is the day we finally break free. So here we are. We're about to leave our tower, what we've known our whole lives. After we have our diplomas in hand, it's time for us to embark on the new journey called adulthood. But it's a little nerve-wracking to leave behind all that you've ever known. I know for me at least, I've been dreaming of this moment for a long time, and now that I'm here, I'm scared that things might not be the way I expect. But that's the exciting part, I guess. All the unknowns. Rapunzel wasn't sure what to expect out there, and neither are we. Some of us are heading to college, others to work, and others to defend our country. No longer do we have the safety of our tower, because staying would mean we wouldn't have the opportunity to grow and have new experiences. It's scary and thrilling all at the same time. But if we're lucky, we all have someone in our lives that can act as our Flynn rider. Flynn is there to help Rapunzel through the world that is so foreign to her and acts as her guide, so to speak. Having someone by our side willing to help us is of the utmost importance as we begin this new chapter in our lives, and my hope is that you guys behind me already know who that person is. Like Rapunzel, we all have dreams and things we want to accomplish while we're out there exploring. We're going to be learning from the mistakes we're inevitably going to make, and we will start to grasp the waves of the world. Very soon, we'll be seeing our own version of the lanterns and our diplomas. We'll drive out of this parking lot for the last time, and soon high school will become yet another memory. But as Rapunzel says, now's when my life begins. Class of 2018, now's your chance to live in the moment, make memories, and live your best life. It's now time for us to part ways and shift into the next phase of our lives. All the ups and downs of high school have led to this moment, and we're all so ready to leave the tower. Congratulations, class of 2018. Go live your dreams.
Thank you, Emma. Please welcome our next speaker, the principal of North Brookfield Junior Senior High School, Mr. William Evans, to offer congratulatory remarks.
Good afternoon, and thank you all for being here for this afternoon's ceremony. Beautiful day, beautiful group. It's great. Before I begin, we do have some unfinished business that we need to tend to. So, as principal of North Brookfield Junior Senior High School, it is my distinct honor to declare today to be Kimberly McSherry Day. So, Kim, please come on down. I offer the student of the day a privilege that they can have for that particular day. Kimberly has decided not to have a privilege. I guess graduating is enough. Get your diploma first. Veto. All right, we're not going to try to put this on so you can accept that, but please bow your head. I dub thee the person of the day. Congratulations. You get that. Okay. So since Kim did her senior year as a dually enrolled student at Mount Wachusett Community College, she wasn't here to have her day. So today's your day. At this time, I would ask that anyone who has served, is currently serving, or intends to serve in our nation's armed forces to please stand and be recognized. We thank you for your service to our country. If it takes a village to raise a child, it can take a small city to get them to graduate. So I'd like to acknowledge some of the people who have helped make that happen today. So school committee members, Maria Tucker, Megan Cloutier, Kristen DePass, Ruth Hontham, Elizabeth Milad, and you're all here, right? Most of you are here. Thank you very much. Keep fighting the good fight. Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Richard Lind, who you'll hear from shortly. The rest of the district admin team, Director of Student Services, Greg Rosenthal, Financial Manager, Sheila LeBlanc, Curriculum Coordinator, Jean Powers, and Tech Coordinator, Cindy Harra. Thank you all very much. To Marty Shaw and the entire custodial crew for preparing this space and the grounds and for keeping them maintained all year round. I'm sure you agree the place looks spectacular today. To Jake Anderson and Corey McIntosh for running the sound, the video, and lights today and throughout all of our end-of-year events, assisted ably today by Nate Gershman, Justin Leroux, and Alec Norrie. Thank you, guys. To our two guidance counselors, Dave Hackinson and Megan Sears, who will be joining us to distribute the diplomas later. Dave, of course, retired in January, and Megan has served since then. On Friday, before class day, we paraded the students through the elementary school, the graduates, and it was really wonderful to see all the kids and teachers out in the hall saluting the students. And it always reminds me of just how many people have had a hand in this journey. So if you are employed in any capacity by the North Brookfield School District, I would ask that you please stand now and be recognized. I also want to thank Jessica Stanley and Melody Spence, the co-advisors of the class of 2018. What starts out as helping with some fundraisers in the early years gets pretty involved by senior year. And Jessica and Melody have been phenomenal in ushering this group to this point. So ladies, if you could stand to be recognized. And finally, I would like to thank the school secretary / athletic director, the job title only you get in North Brookfield, Allison Bulger. In addition to running the front desk of the school every day, Allison is responsible for so many things associated with today's ceremony, including the programs, your tickets, the awards and scholarships, the diplomas, you name it, she probably had a hand in making sure it was done. It's always a tremendous amount of work, and I thank you, Allison, for doing it all with your customary grace and poise. So please stand and be recognized, Allison. Of course, Allison is out in the parents section this time around, so congratulations to you and Rick. All right. 6 years sure went by fast. Feels like just yesterday that most of you were coming across the street from this building to start your time at the big school with the new scary-looking Mother Gothel-like principal. I get that a lot, actually. 6 years can also, though, feel like a lifetime. And your 6 years at NBHS were filled with what feels like a lifetime's worth of accomplishments and tragedies. Great joy and great sorrow. Of course, you're not done experiencing accomplishment or tragedy, joy or sorrow, as indeed none of us are. They are the stuff of life, and they will keep coming at us, sometimes on schedule and sometimes out of the blue. What I hope your last 6 years have given you is the understanding that life endures after each of these moments has passed. No joy and no sorrow is permanent, and knowing how to ride the joy to the next mundane task is just as important as being able to survive the next tragedy. Jack Kornfield, a spiritualist, meditationist, author, wrote a book entitled After the Ecstasy, the Laundry. It's a quote my wife and I use frequently to remind ourselves that no matter what great joys our life brings us, there are still meals to be prepared, bills to be paid, or a dog to be walked, and another load of laundry to be done. Life, in all of its mundane details, always continues. And I think it would be fitting if the book was subtitled, After the Agony, the Dishes, because life also demands that we be resilient. And when I look at you guys on this stage, I see that resilience. I see individuals who have been through some stuff. And young people who have been asked to take on more than their fair share. and young men and women who know what it is to persevere. I want you to know how much I personally admire and respect each of you for your ability to keep going in the face of difficult circumstances. It's a skill that will serve you well. So enjoy today's great joy, revel in the love and admiration that your friends and family will bestow on you. And after the celebration, after the hugs, and after you've finally taken off your shoes and collapsed into your favorite chair, after all that, get some laundry done. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Evans. At this time, please join me in welcoming our next speaker, the chairman of the North Brookfield School Committee, Mrs. Maria Tucker.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me? So good afternoon, everyone. It is my privilege today to congratulate our 2018 graduates on the behalf of the North Brookfield School Committee. Congratulations to all your family and friends who have supported you along the way, and special thanks to all the staff and administrators that joined you on your journey through the North Brookfield schools. When I started to write my speech, the first thing I thought was it needed to be short. I think I managed that. The second thing was I thought, I need to give you some advice. I just want to say my advice is pretty much an echo of what Tabitha wrote. I graduated high school a very long time ago, so I think it's good advice. I think it's true. First thing, be persistent. Put your heart and your hardest work into everything you do. If you have a goal or a dream to become a doctor, to travel the world, to get married and have kids, don't stop working towards it. If you don't have a goal or a dream right now, that's okay. As you work or study, you'll find one. There may be days when it seems that everyone around you has reached their goals faster and more easily, but if it's something that you truly want, then persist. Eventually you will get there, and you'll have some amazing experiences along the way. Second, be brave and always be yourself. If you have a passion for politics, for the environment, for Star Wars, don't be afraid to share it. It's okay to let people see the real you. Everyone may not like the real you, but don't hide yourself away. The world deserves to see the real you. And last, and to me, most important, be kind. By that, I don't mean let people hurt you or take advantage of you. But if there is a moment when you have to make a choice, always try and be kind. Hold the door open for the person behind you. Help your friend move into that third-floor apartment with the winding staircase and no elevator. And before you judge someone else's choice, take a moment and try to see things from their perspective. It may not make their choice right or even understandable, but hopefully it will help you respond with compassion in that moment. So congratulations again. Have fun, be safe, and all the best to all of you in the future.
We will now be presenting graduation awards and scholarships. For the presentation of the awards and scholarships, please welcome Miss Melody Spence and Miss Jessica Stanley, co-advisors for the class of 2018, and Mr. Evans.
All right. So at this time, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to commence with the awards by publicly citing and presenting medallions to our top 4 academic ranked seniors. Our top 4 scholars have achieved academic distinction over the past 4 years. In order of rank, they are the number 4 ranked scholar, Konstantina Kaprakanides. This is always a little tricky. It works. You can do it. The number 3 ranked scholar, Evstathia Capricornides. The class salutatorian, Emma Schultz. And finally, the class valedictorian, Tabitha Earls. Of course, Tabitha had to make it difficult. Our first award is the American Legion Auxiliary Unit Number 41 Citizenship Award. This award goes to the girl from the graduating class who best illustrates such outstanding qualities as courage, citizenship, companionship, character, service, and scholarship. The award consists of a check for $300 and a pin. This selection is made by the faculty, and their choice this year is Tabitha Earls. The American Legion Citizenship Award is presented to the boy from the graduating class who best illustrates such outstanding qualities as courage, companionship, character, service, and scholarship. The award consists of a check for $200, a certificate, and a medal. The selection is made by the faculty, and the choice this year is Brady Shipman. It's inside. Crowley Fuel Company is pleased to recognize the accomplishments of a deserving graduate by presenting an award in the amount of $200. This year's recipient is Tess Wozniak. The DAR Good Citizenship Award is an annual honor which provides for the selection of a boy or a girl of outstanding character from the senior class. The winner was selected last March. The selection is based upon such qualities as character, patriotism, citizenship, scholarship, and leadership. This award includes a certificate, and the recipient this year is Tabitha Earls. The next award is the Thomas J. Emery Memorial Award for Technical Education. Tom Emery is warmly remembered as a very fine young man who demonstrated a great interest and considerable skill in the fields of industrial arts and drafting. To perpetuate his memory, the Thomas J. Emery Award is presented to an outstanding senior who had excelled in that department and who has demonstrated skill, a willingness to learn, and a spirit of cooperation. The award is a cash grant of $250 and is presented this year to Asa Lasordo. The family of Robert Lane has established an award in his memory. Rob was a dedicated long-term employee of the North Brookfield schools. This award recognizes a senior who exhibits the qualities of good citizenship, helpfulness, and congeniality. The student has always enjoyed the life fairly and by the rules. Rob himself enjoyed life as well and by the rules, and we will remember him for his loyalty, kindness, and quiet courage to the very end. The recipient of this year's $660 Robert O. Lane Jr. Better Sportsmanship Award is Laura Lavasser. The Random Act of Kindness Award goes to the individual who has consistently demonstrated kindness toward others, has always lent a helping hand and an ear to listen. You are making the world a better place, one person at a time, and we thank you. Please use this award to pamper yourself as you have pampered others. The recipient of this year's $250 award is Maria Hofsummer. The North Brookfield Playground Committee has established an award to recognize graduates who have best served the town's youth programs by officiating, coaching, keeping score, or assisting in other various ways. I am pleased to be able to present the North Brookfield Playground Committee Award today in the amount of $150 each to Kylie Bulger and Tabitha Earls. We now come to the awarding of our scholarships. This year, as always, our seniors have had the opportunity to apply for a variety of scholarships available to North Brookfield High School graduates. After careful consideration, the recipients have been chosen by various selection committees, and I am authorized to make the following scholarship awards on behalf of their sponsors. We begin our presentations with the American Legion Sawyer Matthew Kearns Post Number 41 Scholarship in the amount of $500. This year's recipient is Benjamin DePel. The Dr. Julius C. Batalis Memorial Scholarship pays tribute to a dedicated educator. Dr. Batalis spent 35 years as a teacher and school administrator, including 6 years, 1977 through 83, as principal of North Brookfield High School. His 3 children are graduates of North Brookfield High School, and this year's Dr. Julius C. Batalis Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $300 is presented to Emma Tonks. The Oscar and Mirabelle Boucher Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $100 is awarded annually to the 3rd-ranked member of the graduating class. This year's recipient is Evstathia Capriconides. On behalf of the Scholastic Awards Committee of the Lions Club of the Brookfields, we are pleased to present 2 scholarships in the amount of $250 each to Sophia Martin and Hannah Morse. At this time, I'd like to bring Ben DePel up to present the next award. The Eleanor Allen DePel Memorial Scholarship is being presented by her grandson, Benjamin. Eleanor Allen DePel, a teacher in the North Brookfield school system for 10 years, is fondly remembered by her family and friends through the Eleanor Allen DePel Memorial Scholarship. This year, there is 1 scholarship being given in the amount of $2,500. This scholarship is presented to Sophia Martin. Thank you, Ben. Sometimes innocent and promising young lives are taken away from us in the blink of an eye, perhaps in fulfillment of a purpose beyond our understanding. It is fitting that we memorialize such a young life in a manner which will help another to go forward. Thus, a caring community has created the Sarah J. Coffey Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $400. It is my honor to present this scholarship to Emma Schultz. Next, we have the North Brookfield High School Class of 1958 Scholarship. Any members? 1958? Here we go. This year, the amount of this scholarship is $300, and the recipient is Kimberly McSherry. Each year, the Country Auto Body Athletic Scholarship Fund presents $200 each to a senior boy and senior girl who rank in the upper 50% of their class and plan to further their education at a 2- or 4-year college or university. This year's recipients are Kylie Bulger and Brady Shipman. Given in memory of a member of the class of 1973 who was killed in an automobile crash following the celebrations the night after her graduation, we have the Wendy Cuthbert Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $100. It is hoped by her classmates, family, and friends that in remembering Wendy, such a tragedy might never happen again. The recipient this year is Laura Lavasser. Our next award is the Daughters of Isabel North Brookfield Circle number 354 Scholarship in the amount of $100. This year's recipient is Tess Wozniak. Sponsored by the North Brookfield Police Association, the Stephen Kearns Memorial Scholarship commemorates Steve's sacrifice through 2 scholarships in the amount of $500 each. The recipients this year are Sophia Martin and Hannah Morse. Robert Drazek was a lifelong resident of North Brookfield and was a member of the class of 1959. Robert was a dedicated school teacher and mentor who loved the town and the people of North Brookfield. In his memory, his daughter Lori has created the Robert S. Drazek Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $400. This year's recipient is Hannah Morse. We now have the Theodore P. and Stella M. Drazek Memorial Scholarship. Both longtime residents of North Brookfield, Mr. Drazek was a land surveyor, and Mrs. Drazek was a dedicated and loving domestic engineer. The Drazek Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $400 is awarded to Emma Tonks. Which is fitting because Emma did her internship as a domestic engineer. The North Brookfield Youth Soccer League sponsors a scholarship in the amount of $325 in memory of Ray Laflamme, who is a driving force of youth athletics in North Brookfield, particularly soccer. This year's recipient of the Raymond Flamand Memorial Scholarship is Tabitha Earls. Over 34 years ago, when the class of 1977 tragically lost their class president, Paul Fortin Jr., his parents, the late Eleanor and Paul Fortin Sr., set up the Paul J. Fortin Jr. Memorial Scholarship and wanted it to be awarded to the graduating class president each year. The recipient of this award in the amount of $100 is Tabitha Earls, the president of the graduating class. The Heart to Heart Foundation was founded in 1998 by local resident Richard J. Fisk Sr., whose goal was to help as many children with a life-threatening illness as he possibly could. Together with his 2 sons, David and Richard Jr., Mr. Fisk is always looking for ways to help the children of this community. In this regard, they have established the Heart to Heart Foundation Scholarship in the amount of $300. This year's recipient is Brady Shipman. Established under the will of the late Rose M. Rondo is the scholarship known as the Ellen, Mary, and Catherine Griffin Scholarship. The recipient is the female of the current graduating class who has attained the highest academic average throughout her 4 years in attendance at North Brookfield High School. The award this year, in the amount of $7,000, goes to Tabitha Earls. Yeah. I gasped too when I read that. Steve Kearns and Arvid Silverberg made the supreme sacrifice in Vietnam and are remembered with the Stephen Kearns and Arvid O. Silverberg Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $100. This year's recipient is Laura Lavasser. Martin D. Leach Sr. devoted most of his adult life to the service of the people, particularly the youth of North Brookfield. Over a period of some 40 years, he served as superintendent of schools, principal, selectman, and founder of a wide variety of youth sports programs. He is fondly remembered with gratitude and respect. We honor his memory with the Martin D. Leach Sr. Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $200, presented each year to the class salutatorian. Today's recipient is Emma Schultz. Martha Ladeau Leach was a lifelong resident of North Brookfield and a 1957 graduate of North Brookfield High School's business department. Martha was also proud of the preparation and skills she received here and remained throughout her life a staunch supporter of youth activities and education in North Brookfield. We honor her memory today through the Martha G. Leach Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $300. The recipient is the outstanding business technology student in the graduating class, Kylie Bulger. Close enough. The Ann Carey Murphy Memorial Scholarship honors the memory of English teacher, English department head, and assistant principal Ann Carey Murphy. This year's scholarship in the amount of $2,500 is awarded to Emma Schultz. Robert Martinelli was a 2001 graduate of North Brookfield High School who was tragically killed on September 8, 2002 at the very young age of 19. Rob loved the outdoors. He did everything from being captain of the golf team while at North Brookfield High School to bow and flintlock hunting. One of Rob's most outstanding accomplishments was to receive the Eagle Scout badge. At the time of his death, he was a sophomore at Worcester State College majoring in criminal justice. In his memory, the Rob Martinelli Scholarship was established and is awarded today to the following two recipients in the amount of $500 each, Asa Lacerdo and Emma Tonks. At this time, I would like to invite Ms. Carolyn Kai to the stage to help present the North Brookfield High School Alumni Association Awards. That's our class of 1958 member. Come on over here. Thanks to the generosity of fellow graduates, the North Brookfield High School Alumni Association is extremely pleased to be able to present 4 scholarships in the amount of $1,500 each. The recipients are Kylie Bulger, Tabitha Earls, Cody Roberts, and Emma Schultz. The North Brookfield High School Student Council is pleased to award 2 scholarships today of $100 each. Recipients of this award are Tabitha Earls and Emma Schultz. The American Red Cross High School Scholarship is awarded to a graduating senior who has been an active participant in their school's blood drives. The American Red Cross is pleased to award the following student with a $500 scholarship, Emma Schultz. Today, the North Brookfield Council number 2381 of the Knights of Columbus is pleased to present 1 scholarship in the amount of $500 to Asa Lacerdo. The North Brookfield PTO Scholarship Award is based upon volunteerism and community service. The recipient of this year's award has shown their spirit of volunteerism and community service throughout their community. The North Brookfield PTO Scholarship in the amount of $500 is being awarded to Tabitha Earls. The North Brookfield Youth Soccer League sponsors a scholarship in the amount of $325 in memory of John Hart, a longtime volunteer, board member, and coach for North Brookfield Youth Soccer. This year's recipient of the John Hart Memorial Scholarship is Kylie Bulger. The North Brookfield Sports Booster Club is sponsoring 2 scholarships of $250 each, honoring 2 students from the graduating class who have volunteered their time and sports ability to any related sports program during their senior year. This year's recipient of the North Brookfield Sports Booster Club scholarships are Kylie Bulger and Tabitha Earls. And at this time, I'd like to invite Tanya Morell, Regional Branch Manager from North Brookfield Savings Bank, up to the stage. Each year, North Brookfield Savings Bank awards a scholarship in the amount of $1,000, and this year's recipient is Constantina Capricornides. Thank you, Tanya. Our next scholarship in the amount of $500 is sponsored by the North Brookfield Teachers Association, and they are pleased to award this scholarship to Evstathia Capricornides. At this time, I'd ask Caitlin Malone to come to the stage. As a resident of North Brookfield for 30 years and watching her children grow up in the school system, Mary Ann Malone fell in love with this small town. Known to many as Ma Malone, she spent years helping the athletics program and extracurriculars, was like a second mom to those students, and even continued this help and love for NBHS after her children graduated. Mary Ann was a hairdresser at the Briarwood Retirement Community and loved making others smile and brightening their day. The service to others, importance of family, and love for others' happiness is what Mary Ann lived by even on her last day. Mary Ann passed unexpectedly in October of 2017, In her memory, the Marianne Horgan Malone Memorial Scholarship was created. This scholarship goes to a member of the graduating class who embodies these qualities of Marianne and who chose to enter into the same trade that Marianne Malone loved so dearly, cosmetology. In the amount of $100, the recipient is Emily Worthington. The Quaboag Corporation generously provides 2 fellowships each year in the amount of $2,000 each. Students whose 4-year cumulative average places them in the top 10 students of their class are eligible for these awards, which are renewable for each of their 4 years of college. On behalf of the Quaboag Corporation, I am pleased to present these awards to Tabitha Earls and Emma Schultz. The Quaboag Corporation also provides a scholarship of $2,000 to the valedictorian of the current graduating class. This year's recipient of the Quaboag Corporation Scholarship is Tabitha Earls. The Strong on Sports Fund sponsors 2 scholarships of $300 each based on athletic ability, academic achievement, school spirit, character, and attendance. This year's recipients are Tabitha Earls and Brady Shipman. The Dr. Leo Garrigan Rondo Scholarship was established under the will of the late Rose M. Rondo. The recipient is the male graduate of North Brookfield High School who has attained the highest scholastic average throughout his 4 years of attendance at North Brookfield High School and plans to attend a school of higher education. The Dr. Leo Garrigan Rondo Scholar, receiving, get ready to gasp, $7,000, is Cody Roberts. Phyllis Tomasian endeared herself to many as a gentle person who exemplified the value of compassion, a positive outlook, and support for young people. She would be pleased that her family and friends honor her memory by giving assistance to a promising young person. In that spirit, I am pleased to present the Phyllis Tomasian Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $300 to Evstathia Capricornides. We are pleased to remember Norman H. Walker and his contributions to the community, and particularly to Scouting. He continues to serve the community and to help young people through his estate and the Norman H. Walker Memorial Scholarship. It is a distinct pleasure to present 3 scholarships today in the amount of $1,000 each to Kylie Bulger, Benjamin Duppel, and Emma Schultz. There's just a few more to go. It's okay. The longer it takes, the richer they get. We are pleased to award the Suzanne Geary Nagel Educational Foundation Scholarship in memory of Suzanne Geary Nagel. Suzanne Nagel was a wonderful wife and a great mom and grandmother. In addition to that, Suzanne was a dedicated teacher of 5th grade math and science in the Brookfield school system. During a 24 years career, Sue taught some 850 students about her passion for learning and sharing that knowledge. Active in her church, the community, and her school, Sue made all things she was involved in better. It is the hope of the Suzanne Geary Nagel Educational Foundation that the beneficiaries of its scholarship program develop this lifelong love of learning, making their world with all their future endeavors a better place. In the amount of $500 each, these awards are being given to Evstathia Capricornides and Constantina Capricornides. Julianne Karen was a member of the class of 2007 who tragically lost her life in a car accident just weeks before graduation. At the young age of 18, Julianne accomplished many great things and touched the lives of a countless number of people with her infectious smile, her caring and understanding personality, and her compassion for others. Julianne loved to participate in a great many activities. She was involved with the youth of the town as a CCD teacher and as a teacher's aide in the elementary school. One of her proudest moments was not only celebrating her 18th birthday playing her favorite game of basketball, but also becoming the 18th person in North Brookfield's history to score 1,000 points in a career that same night. It is undeniable that Julianne would have thrived with the challenges of college. To honor Julianne's memory as the person she was and dreamed to be, and to help support others entering her field of choice, health services, I am pleased to present 2 Julianne Karen Memorial Scholarships in the amount of $1,000 each to Hannah Morse and Emma Schultz. The state of Massachusetts is once again awarding the John and Abigail Adams Scholarship. Recipients qualify for this by scoring advanced in either the English language arts, mathematics, or science portion of the 9th or 10th grade MCAS test, and proficient or advanced in the other 2. Student scores must also be in the top 25% of students in the district. Recipients receive a 4-year tuition waiver to state colleges and universities. 7 North Brookfield High School seniors are recipients of the John and Abigail Adams Scholarship this year. The following students, please stand as your name is called. Just stay at your seats. They are Kylie Bulger, Tabitha Earls, Megan Kenaway, Asa Lacerdo, Cody Roberts, Emma Schultz, and Kevin Valeri. The Ruth Converse Memorial Scholarship is given in memory of Ruth Converse. This year there are 6 recipients, each receiving an award of $1,000. The 6 recipients are Kylie Bulger, Asa Lacerdo, Sophia Martin, Kimberly McSherry, Hannah Morse, and Tess Wozniak. We're done. All right, today we have made presentations totaling almost $100,000, which includes the approximately $27,000 given by the state of Massachusetts via the John and Abigail Adams Scholarship. This figure does not include any awards our graduates may be receiving from various post-secondary institutions. This is a most welcome and encouraging demonstration of support to our young people and a genuine tribute to the memory of those for whom many awards are named. We are most fortunate to receive such outstanding support from the various donors who have provided these awards. So on behalf of North Brookfield High School and the class of 2018, I extend our deepest appreciation to all who have helped make these awards possible. Thank you.
Congratulations to all the scholarship and award recipients. And now to offer congratulatory remarks and the certification of the graduates, please welcome the Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Richard Lind.
Welcome, everybody. My name is Richard Lind. I'm the Superintendent of Schools. Mr. Evans, Ms. Powers, Mr. Rosenthal, teachers, staff, school committee members, family, friends, and most importantly, class of 2018. This is my first graduation as the superintendent of the North Brookfield Public Schools, and I'm really excited and nervous to be here. And I know, as Mrs. Tucker said, there are many more important things to do today rather than listen to me. So my goal was also to keep it short and simple. So at graduation rehearsal on Thursday, we ran through how this ceremony was going to run. And each person who was going to speak came up and made quick comments on the microphone just so we would understand how it worked and where to place it. And each person who came to the mic made a quick comment about where they were in the process of writing their speech. So some of the people who came up, students or adults, were procrastinators who said they hadn't started yet. Some said, well, it's in process, it's ongoing, I'm working at it. And when I came up, I said, I already had 2 speeches written, and I didn't know which one to choose. So I thought about it and worked on both and wasn't sure what to do. So I used neither. Because on class day, which was Friday, our valedictorian and class president, Tabitha Earls, had a line in her speech on that day that went something like this: "It doesn't take a village to raise a child, but it sure does help." And that line really stuck out to me. Kind of thought about it and just kept coming back to it saying, wow, that's really intuitive and thoughtful and true. So I scrapped the 2 speeches that I had written and decided to write this one with that line in mind. When I graduated from college, my parents gave me this book. It's the Dr. Seuss classic, Oh, the Places You'll Go. In fact, it is quite popular. It is quite a popular book to give this gift for graduation, whether it's from high school or college. And when I got it, I probably rolled my eyes and thought, I wonder what's inside. Maybe there's a check or some money or something. And over the years, I've read it many times. I read it with students that I worked with when I was a teacher. I read it with my son at home as he was growing up. And it does really have some unbelievable life lessons in it. So I'm not going to read the whole thing, so don't worry. But it starts like this. Congratulations. Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You have the brains in your head. You have the feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you do. You know, and you are the guy who'll decide where to go. And in the way only Dr. Seuss can, it goes on to describe what life will be like, the roads you'll travel, the decisions you'll need to make. And as you go through it, and as you get older, it really does make sense. But it ends like this. And you will succeed. Yes, you will indeed. 98.75% guaranteed. Kid, you'll move mountains. So, be your name Buxbaum or Bixby or Bray or Mordecai Ali Van Allen O'Shea, you're off to great places. This is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. Okay, so how does this book and what Tabitha said come together? So yes, you're going to go out and you're going to make your way in the world, and there will be bumps, ups and downs. But remember the village that got you started, North Brookfield. Your parents, your friends, parents, your teachers and staff, both at the junior, senior high school and the elementary school, your coaches and many others all have a vested interest in making sure you continue to have success long after today. So remember, you can always come home. Sorry, parents. I know you don't want them living in your basement forever, but I know you all want them home. It is where you grew up, so whether things go great or you struggle along the way, you know you're always welcome and needed here. I want to thank your parents and guardians and other adults in your life. Parents, you've been there to support your children at school, at sporting events, concerts, dance recitals, and a million other activities. You have been and continue to be your child's chief advocate. There is no greater or more difficult job than that of parent. You should be proud today of what your child has accomplished. I know each of you knows that there is a lot more work to do as they move from childhood into adulthood, but I am confident that you are up to the challenge. To the faculty and staff of North Brookfield Junior Senior High School and North Brookfield Elementary School, thank you. Thank you for the work you have done to help and support class of 2018. You are professional, caring, passionate educators that help young people meet their potential. For the class of 2018, good luck in all your future endeavors and have a great summer. Anyway, on to the most important thing. As the superintendent of the North Brookfield Public Schools, I certify that these seniors have met all the requirements set forth by the North Brookfield Public Schools and the state of Massachusetts. By the power vested in me, I hereby declare the class of 2018 to be graduates of North Brookfield Junior Senior High School. Congratulations.
Mr. Evans, Mr. Lind, and Mrs. Tucker will now present the diplomas to the graduates. Miss Stanley and Miss Spence will read the names of the graduates, assisted by this year's guidance counselors, Miss Megan Sears and Mr. David Hackinson.
Tabitha Jane Earls. Emma Catherine Schultz. Efstathia Capricornides. Constantina Capricornides. Zachary J. Dufresne. Bailey William Chisholm. Kylie Grace Bolger. Colin Wayne Beaupre. Maria Grace Hofsummer. Thomas John Harding, Jr. Aiden O'Dwyer Farrington. Benjamin Peter Dupel. Asa Joseph Lacerdo. Laura Marie Lavasser. John Anthony Lembo. Brandon A. Kilburn. Megan Gloria Kenaway.
Emily Ann Worthington. Cody James Robert. Sophia Mackenzie Martin. Kimberly Francis McSherry. Hannah Ellen Morse. Brooke Ann Perry. Jordan Emerson Phillips. Brady James Shipman. Felicia Crystal Soto. Emma Elizabeth Tonks. Kevin Daniel Valeri. Alexis M. Westerback. Tess Morgan Wozniak. Allison Brianna Young.
And now, Class President Earls will lead the class in the flipping of the tassels. Marshals, please raise the graduates. And this concludes our ceremony today. After exiting, the graduates will head straight outside and go over to stand in front of the high school in a receiving line on this beautiful afternoon. They'll stand outside in the walkway, so we invite you to come over and congratulate them. And when we are all ready, we will take pictures of them throwing their caps into the air. So at this time, please join me in saluting our graduates as they exit the auditorium to our school song, Mingle Your Cheers.